Alex's first day at the Orion Space Academy was nothing like he had imagined. Floating above a vast alien planet, the Academy's massive orbiting structure glimmered in the sun, its walls humming with energy. Humans were rare here, almost an anomaly, and Alex felt every stare from the alien cadets around him. They were tall, slender, with multicolored skin and eyes that seemed to see straight through him. He clutched his standard-issue uniform tightly, trying to appear confident, but his nerves betrayed him. The first task of the day was to meet their assigned beasts. Every cadet had one, creatures bred or bonded with the Academy for strength, intelligence, and loyalty. They were not pets. They were partners, often fierce, sometimes temperamental, and always demanding. Alex had been told to approach his beast with care. He had read the manuals, studied their behaviors, even practiced calming techniques, but nothing could prepare him for the living, breathing creature that now approached. His beast was unlike anything he had imagined. Its fur glowed faintly with a silver-blue sheen, and multiple eyes blinked in different patterns across its head, each reflecting curiosity and intelligence. The tail alone was massive, sweeping the floor like a living whip, tipped with small bioluminescent scales that flickered as it moved. Alex froze, unsure whether to step closer or retreat. "Human cadet," a voice boomed from above. Alex looked up to see Admiral Tharok, the Academy's stern overseer, descending from a hovering platform. He was enormous, even by alien standards, with dark green skin patterned in metallic stripes, his eyes sharp and unyielding. On his side, a massive beast moved, its tail coiling like a serpent. "Do not touch the tail," the Admiral warned before Alex could even react. His voice carried an authority that made the entire training hall silent. "Touch it again and you will not have hands." Alex's heart skipped. He had read about the Admiral's strict rules, but seeing the threat in person made it real. He quickly bowed, hands clasped in front of him. "Yes, Admiral. I will not." The Admiral's gaze softened slightly, though only just enough for Alex to feel the smallest relief. "Observe, human," he said, gesturing toward the other cadets and their beasts. "Respect is earned through understanding, not force. Learn quickly or you will fail." Alex nodded, trying to absorb every detail. He noticed the way other cadets interacted with their beasts, subtle movements, soft tones, careful eye contact. The bond was obvious. The beasts obeyed, but they also seemed to choose to obey, and Alex realized immediately that this was far more complicated than anything he had imagined. Training began in earnest. Alex's task was to learn the basic commands: sit, follow, stay, and guard. His beast watched him warily, every movement analyzed and judged. The first few attempts ended with the beast leaping away or flattening to the ground in protest. Alex's face flushed with embarrassment as alien cadets laughed softly, their tails flicking in amusement. "Patience," he whispered to himself. "You have to earn trust, not demand it." He tried again, this time lowering himself to the beast's level, moving slowly and using soft tones. The beast tilted its head, eyes glowing slightly. Alex extended his hand, letting it sniff, then slowly pulled back. The creature growled softly but did not move away. A small victory, he realized. Hours passed, and Alex barely noticed his exhaustion. He had been observing the other cadets, mimicking their gestures and paying close attention to the responses of their beasts. With each careful movement, Alex felt the tension ease, just slightly. His beast allowed him closer, nuzzling his shoulder tentatively, a small but significant sign of trust. Just as he began to relax, a sudden movement caught his eye. One of the other cadets, a tall alien named Zephyr, had his beast's tail swinging dangerously close to Alex's side. Without thinking, Alex reached out to steady it. In an instant, a massive green hand gripped his arm. He looked up to see Admiral Tharok towering above him, his eyes narrowed and full of warning. "Do you not remember my words?" the Admiral growled. "One more mistake like that and you will regret it." Alex swallowed hard, nodding. "Yes, Admiral. I'm sorry." The Admiral released his grip and stepped back. "Let this be a lesson. Strength is meaningless without control. Power without respect is danger." He turned to walk away, his own beast following with a sinuous, quiet grace. Alex watched him go, feeling a mixture of fear and inspiration. As the day drew to a close, Alex sat beside his beast, gently brushing its glowing fur with a careful hand. He whispered encouragements, learning its quirks and understanding its moods. The beast responded with soft hums and small movements, showing that the bond was beginning, however fragile. In the quiet moments of the evening, Alex thought about what the Admiral had said. Strength without control is danger. He realized that humans often relied on ingenuity and determination to survive. And here, in this alien world, those traits might finally give him an edge. He didn't need to be the strongest. He needed to be the cleverest, the most adaptable, and the most patient. As night fell over the orbiting academy, Alex made a silent promise to himself. He would earn his place here. He would earn the respect of the Admiral, the other cadets, and most importantly, the trust of his beast. The galaxy was vast and full of dangers, but he had survived this first day. That survival had been hard-earned, and he knew that the days ahead would demand even more. With a final glance at his beast, Alex whispered, "Tomorrow we get stronger, together." The creature nudged his hand gently. A silent agreement, and Alex felt hope stir in his chest. The human cadet, small and inexperienced in a world of giants, had taken the first step toward proving that humans were not to be underestimated. The next morning, Alex woke to the hum of the Space Academy. The orbiting halls glowed softly as the alien sun rose over the distant planet below. Today's training was different. Today, cadets would begin field exercises, tests of skill, coordination, and most importantly, the bond between cadet and beast. Alex felt a mixture of excitement and fear. His beast waited patiently, tail flicking slowly as if sensing the tension in him. "Focus, human," a voice called. Alex turned to see Commander Virel, an instructor who specialized in advanced cadet training. The commander was smaller than Admiral Tharok, but no less imposing, with eyes that seemed to notice every imperfection in a cadet's movements. "Your success depends on your partnership. Do not fail." The cadets were led to a rocky training ground on a nearby moon, the surface jagged and uneven. Strange alien flora sprouted from cracks in the rocks, glowing faintly in response to movement. The creatures of this environment were simulated but dangerous enough to test reflexes and trust. Alex's first exercise involved navigating a narrow canyon while his beast followed instructions precisely. The other cadets moved with ease, their beasts anticipating their needs. Alex tried to mimic the movements he had observed, giving subtle hand signals and speaking soft commands. At first, his beast hesitated, paws slipping on loose stones, tail lashing nervously. Alex held his breath, afraid of failure. "Calm," he whispered. "We can do this." Slowly, the beast adjusted, matching Alex's pace. The rhythm of their steps began to synchronize. For the first time, Alex felt the thrill of partnership. The canyon was still challenging, but together, they moved with a shared purpose. Suddenly, a simulated predator, a large, shadowy creature with glowing eyes, lunged from the rocks. Alex's first instinct was panic, but his training kicked in. He gave a clear command, and his beast reacted instantly, positioning itself between Alex and the threat. The creature hissed and blocked, then nudged Alex safely past the danger. Other cadets watched in surprise. Alex had acted quickly and calmly, and his beast had followed perfectly. Commander Virel's eyes narrowed thoughtfully. Noting the human's potential, Alex's confidence grew. He realized that fear could be controlled and used as fuel for courage, especially when he trusted his companion. The next exercises tested endurance and strategy. Cadets had to cross a field filled with unstable terrain, avoid traps, and work in pairs to rescue simulated victims. Alex struggled at first, unsure how to navigate the complex situations. Other cadets shouted commands to their beasts, pulling them in different directions. Alex, however, relied on observation and gentle guidance. He allowed his beast to think, to choose, and to act independently. The result was surprising. While others shouted and forced obedience, Alex and his beast moved smoothly. They avoided traps naturally, helped each other across difficult terrain, and even anticipated the movements of their fellow cadets. Slowly, whispers began to circulate. Humans were rare in the academy, and even rarer were humans who could succeed in these exercises. By the afternoon, fatigue weighed heavily on Alex. His arms ached, his legs were sore, and his uniform was covered in dust and scratches. Yet his spirit burned brighter than ever. He had begun to understand the delicate balance required in this alien world. Patience, observation, and trust were just as important as strength. During a rest break, one of the alien cadets approached. Her name was Leora, a tall figure with deep blue skin and 3 eyes arranged in a triangular pattern. She studied Alex for a moment, then nodded slightly. "You have learned something most humans do not," she said quietly. "Your beast respects you, not fears you." Alex smiled, grateful for the rare compliment. "Thank you," he replied. "I'm learning. Slowly, but I'm learning." The rest of the day brought new challenges. A simulated storm hit the training ground, with artificial winds and flying debris designed to test focus and coordination. Alex's beast shivered but remained close. Alex whispered encouragements, guiding it with small, deliberate movements. They moved as one, dodging hazards and maintaining balance, finishing the exercise ahead of several alien cadets. At the end of the day, the cadets returned to the academy. Admiral Thurok was there, watching from above, his massive figure casting a shadow over the training yard. He approached Alex silently, his eyes sharp. "You have improved," the Admiral said, his voice low and steady. "Not through force, but through understanding. That is rare among humans. Few could have survived today." Alex bowed deeply. "Thank you, Admiral. I have much to learn still." The Admiral's eyes softened slightly. "Indeed, but remember this. Strength without control is meaningless. And trust once earned must be honored. Your beast chose you today. Do not betray that choice." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility settle over him. The bond with his beast was no longer a simple partnership. It was a promise. He had earned the creature's trust, and now it was his duty to protect, guide, and respect it. That evening, Alex returned to the dormitories, exhausted but proud. His beast curled beside him, tail wrapped around his legs, eyes blinking softly. Alex whispered quietly, recounting the day's successes and mistakes. The beast responded with soft hums and gentle nudges, a silent communication of trust and understanding. As he drifted to sleep, Alex reflected on the lessons of the day. The alien world was vast and dangerous, but humans had a way of surviving that others often underestimated. Adaptability, patience, and courage could overcome even the most intimidating challenges. He knew tomorrow would bring harder tests, more dangerous exercises, and perhaps even challenges that could determine his place at the academy. But for the first time, Alex felt ready. He was not alone. He had his beast, a partner who believed in him, and he had determination, the human quality that had carried him across stars into danger, and now into a world that did not expect him to survive. In the quiet of the dormitory, Alex whispered one last promise. "We'll face whatever comes next. Together we'll grow stronger." The beast nudged his hand again, a simple affirmation. Alex smiled, feeling a warmth he had never known before. Above him, in the observation tower, Admiral Thurok watched silently. The human cadet had endured, learned, and adapted. Perhaps there was more to these fragile-looking creatures than the galaxy had realized. Perhaps humans were not so easy to dismiss after all. The final day of the Academy's training arrived with a tense energy. Today was the ultimate test, the survival gauntlet. It was a legendary challenge designed to test a cadet's courage, intelligence, and bond with their beast. Alex woke early, his heart pounding, but he felt a new confidence. He and his beast had grown stronger together, and he knew they could face whatever lay ahead. The cadets assembled in the central training arena, a vast open field surrounded by jagged rocks, artificial rivers, and towering walls. Strange alien flora and simulated predators added danger, and the environment changed constantly, testing reflexes, strategy, and adaptability. Admiral Thurok watched from a platform above, his gaze sharp, assessing every cadet. "Remember?" he called out, his voice booming across the field. "The gauntlet is not about brute strength. It is about intelligence, courage, and the bond with your companion. Those who fail will learn the price of weakness." Alex nodded to himself. He glanced at his beast, who blinked slowly and nudged his arm. It was ready. They moved forward together, careful and deliberate. The first challenges were straightforward, climbing rocky walls, avoiding pitfalls, and navigating narrow passages. Alex and his beast moved in harmony, instinctively understanding each other's actions and intentions. As they progressed, the gauntlet became more dangerous. A sudden downpour of simulated energy storms made the ground slippery and unpredictable. Alex's beast slipped once but recovered instantly, leaning on Alex for balance. He whispered encouragement, and the creature responded with a gentle hum of agreement. Together they advanced, surpassing many alien cadets who struggled with fear and panic. The real test came when they entered the shadow corridor, a twisting passage filled with simulated predators. Cadets were meant to avoid the creatures, but some chose to fight them head-on. Alex knew that his strength alone was not enough. He had to rely on strategy and his beast's instincts. A massive creature lunged from the darkness, eyes glowing red. Alex's first impulse was to dodge, but he remembered his training. He gave a clear, calm command. The beast positioned itself between Alex and the predator, guiding Alex past the danger while keeping the creature at bay. Other cadets faltered, trying to control their beasts aggressively, but Alex and his companion moved smoothly, relying on trust and understanding. Further along, a rival cadet attempted to sabotage Alex's progress, sending a simulated trap to block the path. Alex's beast reacted instantly, using its glowing tail to dismantle the trap while keeping Alex safe. The human's quick thinking and the beast's instinctive response impressed even the Admiral, whose eyes narrowed in thoughtful recognition. By the time they reached the final stage, Alex was exhausted, his muscles aching and sweat dripping from his brow. The last challenge was a test of endurance, a steep cliff with unstable footholds, jagged rocks, and a narrow ledge leading to the finish line. Many cadets hesitated, their beasts nervous and uncooperative. Alex took a deep breath. "We can do this," he whispered to his companion. Step by step they climbed, moving in perfect sync. The beast adjusted its weight to stabilize Alex, nudging him gently when a rock wobbled beneath their feet. Together they advanced, refusing to let fear control them. Halfway up, the rival cadet from earlier attempted one final interference, sending a falling rock to strike Alex. Instinctively, Alex raised his arm, but his beast acted faster, shielding him with its massive body. The rock struck the ground harmlessly, and Alex realized the depth of trust between them. His companion had saved him without hesitation. Finally, they reached the summit. Alex raised his hand, signaling victory, and the finish line's energy field activated. The other cadets looked on, stunned. A human had not only completed the gauntlet, but had done so with unmatched coordination, intelligence, and courage. Admiral Tharok descended from his platform, his massive figure casting a shadow over Alex. He looked down at the cadet, his eyes sharp but filled with something new, approval. "You have succeeded where few others could," he said. "You did not rely on strength alone. You relied on understanding, patience, and trust. That is the mark of a true warrior." Alex bowed deeply. "Thank you, Admiral. I only did what I had to, with the guidance of my companion." The Admiral's gaze shifted to Alex's beast, which had lowered itself in a gesture of loyalty. "Your bond is rare and remarkable. Few can earn the trust of a creature such as this. You have proven that humans are not to be underestimated." The other cadets approached, some with admiration, others with quiet respect. Leora, the blue-skinned cadet, smiled and nodded at Alex. "You have shown us all what patience and trust can accomplish," she said. "Your beast chose well." Exhausted but elated, Alex knelt beside his companion, running a hand over its glowing fur. "We did it," he said softly. The beast nudged his hand, a silent affirmation of their bond. For Alex, the victory was not just about completing the gauntlet. It was about proving to himself, the Academy, and the galaxy that humans could thrive even in a world built for alien strength and intelligence. That night, the Academy held a small ceremony to honor those who had completed the gauntlet. Alex stood with his beast beside him, listening as the Admiral spoke. "This human cadet has reminded us all that courage, intelligence, and trust can overcome obstacles that brute strength cannot. Remember this lesson, cadets. Every being, no matter how small or different, has the potential to achieve greatness." As the crowd dispersed, Alex walked with his beast through the quiet corridors. He thought of how far he had come, from the nervous human who nearly touched a tail and faced the Admiral's wrath, to a cadet who had mastered a dangerous test and earned respect in a world that did not expect it. He stopped at the observation deck, looking out over the planet below. Its blue oceans and swirling clouds seemed endless, a reminder of the vastness of the galaxy and the challenges still ahead. He tightened his grip on his beast's fur, feeling the warmth and strength of their bond. Whatever came next, he knew they would face it together. Admiral Tharok watched silently from a distance, a small hint of a smile crossing his face. Humans were unpredictable, resilient, and stubborn. Alex had shown him that these qualities could not only survive but thrive among the stars. Perhaps, the Admiral thought, humans were the wild cards of the galaxy, capable of surprising even the oldest and wisest warriors. And so, Alex's first trials at the academy came to an end. He had faced fear, doubt, and danger, and emerged victorious. But he knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was full of unknown threats, new worlds, and creatures he had never imagined. Yet with his companion by his side, he felt ready to meet anything the universe could throw at him. The human cadet had not just survived, he had thrived. And in doing so, he had earned the respect of an alien world, proving once again that humans, clever, adaptable, and determined, could stand among the greatest beings in the galaxy.